Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I got CoinMarketCap up here, guys. You can see the number of cryptocurrencies is growing by the day. Right now, there are 11,455 cryptocurrencies in the space, and the market cap over $2.1 trillion. So we are clearly over $2 trillion, but Bitcoin dominance still hovering around 43%. We haven't really seen that number budge, which also alerts us to the fact that, the alt season is still poised and ready to go, but we do still need to see Bitcoin reach a new all-time high. Right now, Bitcoin trading at about 48,800. We got Ethereum in number 2, Cardano in number 3, XRP over here trading at about $1.15, up 4.25% in the last 24 hours. And Solana just recently made new all-time highs as well, creeping up slowly but surely on the list at number 8. So here's the XRP chart here on the daily. You guys can see still forming what is looking like that bullish pennant pattern. That is all fine and good. We also have to remember, on the longer term, if we take a look at the longer trend, we can see higher lows formulating since last year. So that last low there was seen in July, as we know, before that new leg up. If we do see another low, I would not be surprised if we did indeed butt up against this former level of resistance, right? Because old resistance makes new support. That would be the 80-cent mark. And if we do take the XRP chart on the 4-hour here, real quick, just taking from this most recent downturn all the way down to the bottom here, you can see that level almost does match up here, 78, 79, 80 cents, give or take, with the 0.236 on this Fibonacci. Of course, we have seen XRP go up to the 0.702, now rebounding down to the 0.5. So primed and primed and ready to go. But guys, is it still too early to know if Bitcoin will remain top dog? Some analysts are suggesting, and I know he's not the only one, I know a lot of you guys here in the XRP community do believe XRP could be number 1 in the next decade, just based on the sheer uptick of utility that we will likely see with XRP. And so I have no doubt that it is possible. Well, apparently there is an analyst that does believe that a flippening could occur. So technology has developed significantly since Bitcoin's inception over a decade ago. Discussions and comments regarding a flippening, industry lingo for a different cryptocurrency surpassing Bitcoin in market cap, have surfaced from time to time. What might cause another crypto asset to surpass Bitcoin in market cap? Well, utility in the market and investor adoption and interest in what will drive one crypto asset, or maybe two, to surpass Bitcoin. This, according to Daniel Strawman here, that was a quote from him. Bitcoin has gained prominence in the mainstream eye. The asset has a fixed and comparatively scarce supply, as well as a loyal following in the crypto industry, especially among a crowd called Bitcoin maximalists, who essentially see Bitcoin as the only crypto that will succeed long term. Here's another quote. "The crypto market is an asset class that is here to stay," Strawman said when asked about the likelihood or lack thereof of a Bitcoin flippening and the significance of such an event. And he put things into perspective with regards to, the stock market, the traditional markets. It's not going away, he said. If crypto assets surpass Bitcoin, it will be because of market forces, both investor interest and market utility. If you look at the top 5 companies in market cap in 1980, they were Exxon, GM, Mobil, Ford, and Texaco. Today, they are Apple, Microsoft, Google, Saudi Aramco, and Amazon. Things change like this, and it's okay because that is how free global markets work. So he is saying, again, there is definitely a chance that Bitcoin might not be number 1 one day. I mean, it has held the number 1 spot over the last decade just because, it was the first. It gets the most traction, especially when people get into cryptocurrency. This is the crypto that they want to buy. This is one of the only cryptos they know of. But down here, I think that this is telling utility in the market, and investor adoption and interest is what will drive one crypto asset, or maybe two, to surpass Bitcoin. So utility in the market, that is going to be key. We know XRP primed and primed just for that. And guys, Solana, another one of those cryptocurrencies that I rarely talk about on this channel. I think maybe I've mentioned it once or twice, but it has just made a new all-time high. Blockchain backer here on Twitter just posting some charts, and I know a lot of you guys, I probably don't even have to say, if you're not watching the blockchain backer, you should definitely go over to his channel and watch a few videos. Great insight on the technical analysis here. He's just showing us or demonstrating trading the Solana chart comparatively to Luna and ADA at this moment in time. So surpassing the 1.618 right now. Solana on the charts, as you guys can see, Solana, as I'd mentioned, number 8 down here, up 14.19%, trading at about $92.49. So some of these altcoins revving up. You know, we are going to see some surpass others, and they're all going to have their moment in the sun. Let's not forget the last bull run. We didn't see them all go up at the same time. I mean, there was a few weeks where, you know, right at the end there, a few weeks where some of them took off first, some of them took a little while before they really just kind of peaked. And, you know, it all just depends on where the money's coming from. So, you know, once we start to see people taking their money out of Bitcoin and pumping them into other altcoins, it's going to be one of those things where we see, okay, what has the most name recognition? What can I find? What is easy to purchase? And I have a feeling like those ones are likely going to go first. Maybe some of the more obscure altcoins will pump a little later. I mean, that's just a hypothesis. I'm not saying that that's definitely going to happen. But XRP number 6 on the list here, great. It's got the visibility. In the United States, unfortunately, there aren't too many platforms to trade XRP. However, around the rest of the world, XRP still up and running. So great news there. Also wanted to mention something that I talked about in yesterday's video. If you guys didn't catch the video I did yesterday morning, I'll link it up here in the top right hand corner with regards to some of these XRPL airdrops and Panos and how he was continually updating this tweet thread of his. Well, he's also made this spreadsheet here, all XRPL airdrops with details in one place. And this is from his Facebook page, Hodlers of XRP. Just a screen grab here to show you guys that, but I also have the linked full spreadsheet here of all these tokens, so I will leave this link in the description of the video as well if you guys are interested in all these airdrops. I mentioned it yesterday and I didn't have much more information on that. Nevertheless, now I have this sheet. You can like the Holders of XRP website on Facebook as well. I'm not signed into Facebook right now, but here it is, guys. Holders of XRP, the digital asset for payments. Private group with 28.7 thousand members. And I guess maybe I should take this time. I mean, I don't really promote myself too much on this channel, but I should take this time to let you guys know, if you are Facebook people, I do have a Working Money channel Facebook page as well. I know it has been getting a lot of traction recently, but you know, it's basically all the same videos. I know some people may just not be on Twitter or what have you, so you can get Working Money channel videos from Facebook if that is your jam. Gonna keep moving, guys. I saw this about a year ago now, but it was interesting. I thought I'd bring it back up because there are a lot of questions surrounding Ripple and XRP. This from Seb Aguiano here on Twitter. He used to be XRP Patriot, for those of you guys who might remember him. This coming from the Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection, and he highlights this down here, the action, final rule, official interpretation of what they deemed XRP. And if you guys take a look at this screen grab here, I remember mentioning this last year, but I thought it'd be important to bring up again. Ripple, which offers both a payment and messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as a virtual currency, XRP, which can be used to effect settlement to those transfers. So just basically deeming XRP a virtual currency. And this is the Consumer Financial Bureau of Protection here. I have the document up here as well if you guys are interested in reading that. Again, from last year, this 2020 Consumer Financial Protection Bureau PDF on rules and regulations states the following: final rule, official interpretation that XRP is indeed a virtual currency. So just, you know, more evidence to suggest this. And I mean, I don't understand how the SEC feels like they even have a leg to stand on at this point. Anyway, I guess that's up for their lawyers to worry about. I'm going to keep going, guys. This is from Matthew Liny here on Twitter. Arab Regional FinTech Working Group. They've just dropped this. So strategies for adopting DLT and blockchain technologies in Arab countries specifically. This is brand new, out just this month. So the working group here does indeed mention permissioned blockchain governance style. They do talk about DLT or distributed ledger technology. And right down here, they even mention Ripple as an example. Ripple offers real-time payment options which have drastically reduced transaction fees, thereby encouraging companies to adopt its service. So strategies for adopting DLT blockchain technologies in Arab countries. And that's not it. They even do give a little bit of an example down here. Let us assume that the sender needs to transfer funds to a receiver. However, the sender and receiver do not have accounts on the same payment service. So again, just giving us an example, something that many of us already know about. The sender will send BTC. It'll go to a connector, convert to XRP. That connector could go to Ethereum, and then the receiver receives Ethereum. So just as an example of if you want to convert very, very quickly your BTC to Ethereum, what you would do is, ironically enough, use XRP as that intermediary. They also talk here about the ILP protocol and give some more examples down here. So I'll link this tweet thread in the description if you guys are interested. I wanted to thank Matthew Liny for posting that. And Crypto Eddie wanted to remind us of something. Why not pressure everybody on RippleNet to use XRP? This was from David Schwartz. He did an interview with Roshan Mirajakar earlier this month. And David Schwartz's response, well, I'll just play you guys the clip. Listen to this.
Good things. One of the things that I've said throughout this whole thing is like we don't want to pressure people to use the solutions that are not the best solutions for them. Like one of the questions we got asked in the early days of RippleNet is why don't you just force everybody using RippleNet to use XRP? Well, we probably wouldn't have any customers like if we did that. Like you can't tell your customers to use something that benefits you that doesn't benefit them. The strategy I think has to be to give people a vast array of choices.
So the strategy, as David Schwartz mentions here, to give people a vast array of choices. This has definitely proved beneficial for Ripple, maybe a little frustrating for us XRP hodlers. Yeah, Ripple, why can't you just force everybody to use XRP? Right? You know, we want to see that price appreciation. We want to see price discovery based on real world utility. Well, you know, it just doesn't work that way. And I do think, you know, despite how counterintuitive this may sound, I do think this is the best approach, not to pressure people right away. Firstly, I mean, around the world, we still hadn't seen that that global framework for cryptocurrency regulatory clarity. So, you know, certain countries are further along than others, of course, and those countries may or may not be using XRP at this moment in time. Once more countries get on board, though, it's that network effect, right? The flywheel effect. I did a video on that a while ago. I'll link it up here if you guys didn't catch it, if you're not familiar with the term, but it's this idea that, you know, the more people that get on the network, the more people will utilize XRP, and we're starting to see that adoption occur more and more throughout the last several years or so. Because yeah, I mean, you don't want to pressure your customer. What kind of company does that? What kind of company who's successful pressures their customer to use something they don't want to use? That is just, to me, a recipe for disaster. And so it's nice that Ripple created these products where, and you know, this is also where, by the way, where, you know, all these BTC maxis say, well, you don't have to use XRP in Ripple products, so how the heck is XRP ever going to get up off the ground? But it's that foot in the door, right? It's gaining trust. I also did a video right when I started this channel about how Ripple is creating products that are going to entice their customers to want to come back. And so I was likening, you know, their products to, you know, gateway drugs. And then, you know, once you're hooked, you keep coming back for more. I'll see if I can find that video. I'll link that one up here too. It's probably, well, I don't know if it, I wouldn't say it's dated, but it certainly probably is very different than the way I do videos today, just because my video creation has also evolved over the last year. So anyway, that doesn't matter. All the content is there. So long and the short of it, though, Ripple is on track. They've done the right thing over the last several years to really kind of get as many people as they can hooked on the products that they have offered, and now that cryptocurrency regulatory clarity is coming down the pipes, in some countries we already have it, some of those countries already utilizing XRP for real-world utility, and you know, the more and more that we see this clarity, the more and more XRP will be utilized, at least in theory, but also probably in practice too, if it does indeed solve a problem that needs to be solved, i.e. the Nostro and Vostro sourcing liquidity problem in a lot of these countries. So great clip here. I know we saw this back earlier this month, but wanted to thank Crypto Eddie nevertheless for posting that. Another one, guys, from BondCrypt XRP. We're going to talk about the SEC in a second. Well, apparently they have just hired or partnered with a blockchain startup to help uncover illegal activity in the DeFi space. So again, this from BondCrypt XRP. The SEC has partnered with a blockchain startup to help it uncover illegal activity in decentralized finance, as reported by Forbes. Anchain.ai's 5-year deal with the SEC will see the company provide regulators with tools to analyze and track smart contract-powered transactions. So they're getting a little more intelligent. The SEC, I mean. San Jose-based Anchain AI is an artificial intelligence and blockchain firm that flags unwanted movements across crypto exchanges and DeFi platforms. The startup's predictive engine, which the SEC paid $625,000 to access, will supposedly allow the market's watchdog to move beyond doing post-incident investigations and into more preventative actions. There's currently around 135 billion locked into the top 100 DeFi protocols, according to CoinGecko. Uniswap, the world's top decentralized exchange, recently processed nearly $2 billion in transactions in a single day. So the SEC really are looking to crack down. You know, the Ripple XRP case, that is just one segment of this, but DeFi, you know, Gary Gensler has gone on the record and said, you know, a lot of these DeFi projects are indeed centralized to a degree. So in March, SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce called for greater cooperation between regulators and DeFi entrepreneurs. And here's a quote from her. When you start to look at the tokens themselves and try to figure out whether they're securities, it does get kind of confusing. In particular, it's so hard in the DeFi landscape because there's such variety. This is why I encourage individual projects to come in and talk to the SEC, because it really does require a look at the very particular facts and circumstances. So that coming from Hester Peirce. The SEC really looking to crack down, and by no means is this any surprise to me. I mean, Gary Gensler has said this. Why wouldn't the SEC take measures to crack down on a lot of these, you know, new emerging ways to process financing, right? DeFi, brand spanking new. Wanted to thank BondCrypt XRP for bringing that to our attention. And another one, guys, big news here. With regards to Ripple's lawyers, okay, a big development in the case. Ripple wants to determine whether SEC employees had traded XRP before the issuance of the formal investigation order. So this, I think, is going to speak volumes to what the outcome of the SEC's case will be. Ripple has filed a motion with Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn to compel the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission to produce additional documents that reflect its digital asset trading policies. The beleaguered company wants to find out whether or not SEC employees were allowed to trade XRP, Ether, Bitcoin, as well as other cryptocurrencies. In addition, Ripple is seeking to obtain annual certifications that show the personal cryptocurrency holdings of the agency's staff members. It is willing to receive such information in an aggregate form. So to that point here, James K. Filan just posted this motion, and here it is. I'm going to read you guys a little bit of the letter. We, on behalf of the defendants, Ripple Labs, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, to request the local Rule 37.2 conference regarding the SEC's refusal to produce certain information necessary to complete defendants' understanding of the SEC's trading policies governing digital assets and whether the SEC permitted its own employees to trade XRP. Specifically, defendants seek production of anonymized documents reflecting trading pre-clearance decisions with regards to XRP, Bitcoin, and Ether, or alternatively, for that information to be produced in aggregate form. Defendants also seek certifications concerning SEC employees' XRP holdings, again, either with redactions of personal information or in aggregate form. So, you know, they don't need to know all the details of who, but they do want to know if SEC employees were indeed trading XRP, and that would be a boon for Ripple's case. Could you imagine if we found out that Bill Hinman and Jay Clayton were trading XRP on the side? Oh my God! Insane. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little excited here. So just back to this article here, our request is neither burdensome nor disproportionate to the needs of the case. The information sought should readily be available and appears to have already been reviewed by the SEC's counsel in the course of our meeting and confer process. So they are really gunning for them, and you know, I am not surprised. Because we got to remember that time frame too, right? I'm just going to bring up this this quick article here from Castles. I know Castles is one of those mega law firms, and so this is just an article, I guess a third-party presentation or interpretation on what had happened from Castles on Thursday, June 14th, 2018, which coincidentally enough, I believe was 1 or 2 days after I started this channel. The U.S. SEC Director of Corporate Finance William Hinman announced that the commission would not be treating Ether or Bitcoin as securities. The SEC's announcement is in line with the recent comments of SEC Chairman Jay Clayton, who recently noted the difference between cryptocurrencies and digital tokens, saying that cryptocurrencies as replacements for sovereign currencies were not securities, while digital assets revolving around a venture are often securities. So that is just the first paragraph of this. I will link this article in the description if you guys are interested in what they said back in, or rather how this was interpreted by Castles, a fairly big law firm, back in 2018. So their trading policies, you know, back to this Ripple case, their trading policies are really going to be under the microscope and should be scrutinized very, very closely, because let's not forget this time frame here, guys. June 2018, and they were giving Bitcoin, Ethereum clearance. Okay, I just want to bring us back let's bring us back. Let's throw this on the weekly. Let's get rid of everything here. Let's throw it on Bitcoin. Let's go back to June of 2018. All right, that would have been, boom, in and around here. All right, so in and around here, June of 2018, after we had seen a collapse of Bitcoin, right? A collapse of the cryptocurrency market, right? Retracing at that point in time, 70%. Okay, so it was around this point in time that we got the clarity from the SEC that Bill Hinman said, okay, they would not be treating Ether or Bitcoin as securities. Again, this is just the Bitcoin chart here. Let me throw up the Ethereum chart here real quickly just to put things into perspective for you guys. So just to put things into perspective here, we got to go back to June 2018 in and around here. And so Ethereum as well obviously did see a retracement, and that one was nearly 80% if we're looking at from the top of that market here down here. So an 80% retracement for Ethereum. $288 was the price of Ethereum at that time. Of course, there was a capitulation. Ethereum went under $100. And if I bring Bitcoin back up here, it was trading at $6,200 before this capitulation event, bringing it to almost $3,000, $3,200 give or take. So again, we also have to look at this timing. It would have been beneficial for these employees at the SEC to make this judgment because we know the market in and around here. I mean, it wasn't at its ultimate low, but we do know it had already corrected 70, 80% respectively for Bitcoin and Ethereum. It really would have given Bill Hinman, Jay Clayton, all those guys at the SEC a huge leg up to get into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so this is why, guys, this is why this motion is so important. Ripple looking into what they were trading, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and if they were trading XRP, I think that's game over, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.